Hi, welcome to a Simplified and Fabulous Mom Life podcast. I'm Jennifer McDaniel, pro organizer, capsule wardrobe stylist, and functional home designer. As a mom of four, I realize how quickly things get out of control and how important it is to prioritize how your home functions and how it makes you feel. So if you're ready to find solutions to the stressors in your home and make room for the things that are really important, listen in and let's get started. Hey mamas, I wanted to talk to you about something that has been on my heart lately. I have a son with ADHD. He thinks a lot differently than I do. He thinks a lot differently than my other kids do, and he needs things to be a lot simpler than most people. Most people can handle a couple of steps. He needs as few steps as possible, and they need to make sense, and they need to flow. They need to be one right in front of the other, and they need to be consistent. So this has been really helpful in my understanding him and making it easier for everybody in my entire house to get organized and to find systems that work for everyone, not just for me, not just for my husband, not just for the kids, but for everyone. One of those things was keeping their clothes really simple and keeping their clothing storage really simple. For my kids, for some kids with ADHD, they can't even handle the thought of folding something. Why bother folding something? So some of the times what I've done is just bins. You just do a little basket like with those square cubes, a cube shelf, and all of your pants go in this basket. The end. Doesn't matter if they're long pants or short pants, doesn't matter. All of your all of your underwear goes in this basket. So you just do a basket for each category. So you can do soft pants and hard pants, jeans versus leggings. You can do short sleeve versus long sleeve shirts, or you can do cooler temperatures. You can name it however you want. Draw a picture of it if you want to for labels when they're younger. That has worked really well. For me, I like to have some order. The other thing that is, oh my goodness, I should have said this first, but the other thing that has really, really been beneficial in keeping it simple for him, for any kid, honestly, is to make sure that you don't have to go around the room to get dressed. You can go in one spot. So all of my kids' clothes, shoes, including underwear, it's all in the closet. I did little baskets for them to put their stuff on a little shelf in there. For my daughter, I have a bookshelf. Hers just drops in a basket. It's easy. Nobody gets stressed out about putting their clothes away because they don't have too much. Now, at the end of the season, when we've had to buy different sizes or they've gotten birthday gifts and things that had clothing, sometimes when we're getting ready to do change of season and I've added a couple of warmer tops instead of, where they have some warm clothes and cool clothes mixed in. So they have two seasons mixed together. They have more items. So if your kids have more items in their closet than they really need, they're going to get stressed out. It's going to be more stressful. You're going to have more of a difficult time getting them to put their clothes away because it feels overwhelming because they're looking at too many items. So I've kept it so simple for my kids. They literally have about 10 days worth of clothes at max. Even when their closet's overloaded, it's never full. Not since I started doing the capsule wardrobes and the really simplified wardrobe systems for my kids, their clothes have not been overloaded at all. None of them. It's been so freeing. So freeing. So we have like 4 pairs of shoes for my kids. That's about the max that they have. They have had seasons where they've had hand-me-down clothes and they've gotten about 6 pairs of shoes. They end up wearing 2 pairs of shoes. That's all they wear. The other ones don't ever get touched. They just sit in there collecting dust and taking up space. That's not good. I stopped that. We're not doing that anymore. They get 2 pairs of shoes. Sometimes we will have 3 pairs of shoes depending on the season. Right now, my 8-year-old has a pair of slides for the pool. He has 2 pairs of tennis shoes. That's all. No more shoes. That's it. He's done. Same for my older son. He has 2 pairs of tennis shoes. He does have a pair of dress shoes that from my granddad's funeral a couple months ago. And then he has 2 pairs of tennis shoes, a pair of slides, and a pair of dress shoes. That's it. That's all he's got. 4 pairs of shoes. It's plenty. They have shoes for every occasion that they need. And we're good. Like, that's all they have. We will add another pair of shoes, but we will also be taking away a pair of shoes as we do that. So they will not have more than 4 pairs of shoes. They won't. That's enough. It gives them plenty of options. They can always find their shoes, and we do not keep them downstairs. They can keep today's shoes downstairs at the entryway. We have a closet with a bookshelf in there. Shoes go on the bookshelf, in the closet, not on the floor, not in front of the door, not piled up, not left under the couch. That is where they go, on the shelf in the closet, and they can keep today's pair of shoes. At the end of the day, they take their shoes up, unless they're planning on wearing them tomorrow. Okay, that's the only time. So during the school week, my kids wear the same shoes to school. That's fine. You can keep your school shoes downstairs. But if you brought play shoes down to play outside in the mud with your friends, or, you know, go for a walk and go to the lake and step in the water and stuff, you need to take those other shoes and put those away. Those do not stay down here. 1 pair of shoes, and that's it, downstairs. All of them. My daughter even has a pair of school shoes and 2 pairs of jellies. That's it. That's all she has. No other shoes. That's it. And she's 5. And she has plenty of shoes for whatever she wants to do. And she's happy. She doesn't have too many. She can always find a pair of shoes. Always. And I've done this for a long time. Now, my first daughter, oh my goodness, she probably had 30 pairs of shoes at one point. I got her every pair of shoes they had that was cute in the baby section from the time she had feet. Like, as soon as she came out, she was wearing cute shoes. And I made sure she had cute shoes all the way through. And then I started having my 3rd child, and I became overwhelmed with the laundry and decided something has to change. We cannot keep doing this. There's so many shoes that aren't getting worn. There's shoes that don't fit right. They're getting more picky as they get older. And so I changed it up. And I found capsule wardrobes, and I started really being mindful about what we were purchasing, because I found that as my children got older, so many of their clothes didn't ever get worn. Like, they just got pushed to the back of the closet, pushed to the back of the dresser. Now, I stopped doing dressers for my kids long before I started doing capsule wardrobes. When my 2nd son was 2, that was the last time we used a dresser for him. The rest of the time, it was just in the closet. I don't think we did a dresser. No, let's see. At least before he was in school, he didn't have a dresser. We just did the closet. I stacked it on the shelf. They had a lower hanging shelf bar with the clothing rod. It was a wire shelf, so it was just the lower positioning of it. So he could hang his clothes on it, stack his pants on it. Shoes went on the floor and in the closet, and it was super easy. That's how we've done it for, goodness, like 8 years now. So I want you guys to think about what is making it difficult. Is it the amount of clothes? Is it the way you're putting them away? Is it the way you're wanting them to fold them? Is it that they have too many options, too many, it's inconsistent? So some shirts go in the dresser, and some shirts go in the closet, and some shirts go in the basket, and some shirts get, whatever. Are we making it difficult for them by giving them too many options? My kids, all of their shirts, all of their tops, jackets, if it goes on the top half of their body, it hangs in the closet. The end. If it goes on the bottom part of their body, it is folded into either a cube shelf, a hanging shelf, or my daughter has a shelf basket. She has little baskets on her shelf. She has small clothes still, so that they work nicer in a basket. My boys' clothes are big enough. They look great in a cube shelf. That is fantastic for all of my boys' clothes. So think about what is making it difficult. Is that you have some pants here, some pants there. You can only wear these pants with these outfits. Do you have sorted outfits that's making it difficult for your kid to even know? They don't understand your system for how to organize it. Is it that there's a miscommunication? Where is the problem? That's how you're going to find the best solution for you. But what I've found across the board for all the different personality types, all the different ages and stages, is if you do an easy mix and match wardrobe where all of their bottoms look nice with all of their tops, and all of their shoes can be worn with all of their bottoms and tops and all of their outfits. If you make it that simple, it causes a lot less stress for you, for them, and everybody's a lot happier. The other thing that has been a lot easier to manage is less stuff. because the more clothes you have, the more laundry you have that can get backed up and piled up in baskets, sitting around for days, having to toss it back in the dryer to get the wrinkles out before you can even get it put away when you finally get around to it. We don't do that anymore. We have not done that in a really long time. I have one laundry basket that sits in front of the dryer for my entire family of 6. Even when I have extra kids, I have that one laundry basket. It's enough. It is enough. Oh my goodness, it's enough. Each kid has their own hamper. They are not big. They are small hampers. They are smaller than a laundry basket, but they still hold a week's worth of clothing. Okay? Think about how many, I can go 5 days without washing my kids' clothes. That's fine. I don't mind doing laundry a couple days a week. I don't want to be forced to do laundry on a day that I didn't have time to do laundry because they ran out of clothes. That is not fun, or they need something important. So for my kids, I did uniforms for them for school this year at their new school, and they have a full week of uniforms. They even have an extra piece if that's what they need. My son has extra top, and he has 2 extra tops in case one of them gets stained and I have to rewash it. But the point is, what do you need to do to make it simple for you? What do you need to do to get those frustrating moments out of the way? Think about what is causing the problem. Most of the time is that there's too many items in the closet. Second problem I find in most houses is that it is not mix and match wardrobe. Mom has these sets of clothes. These can only be worn together. These are all outfits, and so they have all these outfits that are only allowed to be worn this way with this top and this bottom, and that's it, nothing else. That just causes frustration for your kids. That causes problems. What happens when you ruin one of the pieces and then you have a whole outfit that you can't wear? That's no good. That doesn't help anybody. So let's think about bigger picture. Your entire closet, your entire wardrobe should be able to be worn as an outfit. Any top, any bottom, any jacket, any pair of shoe, any of it can be worn together. That keeps the stress gone. Everything in your wardrobe should be for the current season. If it does not work in the current season, pack it up, get it out of sight. Now, I use my bedroom dresser for my seasonal clothing. I will share those pictures on the Facebook group of how I've done that. I have shoes and hats and my coats are in there, but we inherited an entire bedroom set when my father-in-law passed away. And I keep I had kept previously all of my clothes in a bin, like a Rubbermaid storage tote, for seasonal stuff. And I had 2 of them. But since I have this massive dresser, when before I was only using 3 drawers of a dresser that I had used as a nightstand in my previous home, now I have this whole dresser, and my husband wants to keep it. He really likes the whole set. I am impartial to it, but it's here, and so I will use it. So all of my winter stuff is in those drawers in the dresser in the bedroom, not in the closet. Now, I do have a small dresser in my closet for pajamas, underwear, tank tops, that sort of stuff, and I keep my jewelry on top of it. I believe I've shared a picture of my closet in the Facebook group. If not, I will make sure it's there today. If you have not joined the Facebook group and you want to be a part of it, how to declutter, organize, style, and design for overwhelmed moms. I would love it if you guys would join in there, share pictures of what you're working with so that I can give you some pointers in how to make it a little simpler or how to rearrange it to make it flow better. Okay? I would love to do that. So if you want to share some pictures in there, come on, let's do that. That is why I want this Facebook group. I want this Facebook group so that we can communicate after the podcast. If there's something from the episode that was really inspiring to you or that was really something that you didn't understand, come join the Facebook group. Let's talk about it. How can I help you further? I want to get to know you in there. What are you working with? What are you working on? Where are you struggling? Let me help you through that if I can. But the point is, I want you to be able to get dressed fully in one spot. So keep your clothes and your stuff really simple so that everything you can wear is in your closet right now. And if you can't wear it right now, get it out of the way. You don't want to have to look at it every day as something you can't wear. If your closet is full of stuff that's the wrong size, you're stressing yourself out. You're making yourself frustrated. If your kid, if you already shopped for your kid's next size and next season and you just hung it up in their closet in a higher up spot or something, they are looking at it and they're trying to rush past the moment to get to that next size. They're like trying every day, stretching themselves to see if they grew big enough that they can wear that next size clothes. I've seen it so many times. Put that stuff out of sight. Don't make them have to look at it and keep wishing they were something that they're not yet. Okay? Don't do that to yourselves. Make your life easy. Simplify it. 1 week's worth of clothing, everything mix and match. 2 to 4 pairs of shoes. 4 pairs is a lot of shoes for kids. They don't need that many. 2 shoes. That's easy. You can do that for anybody. Little girls look really cute with a high top sneaker and dresses. Like, I will share a couple of pictures in the Facebook group of some of the capsule wardrobe styling that I did at Target the other day, that I'm putting together a course and a book. So if you wanted to see that, I will share that in the Facebook group. You will have to join to see those. I don't have any other way to share them with you guys on the podcast. But I want to be able to help make everything simple for you guys. And so I'm trying to share as many of the tips and tricks and things that I've learned along the way to make it easy. Now, one of the things that I know from my son with ADHD, folding, he would rather just shove it in a basket. He would rather just wad it up. He doesn't want to spend the time folding it. And if I give him more than 10, 12 shirts to hang up, he feels like it's an impossible task. Even as a teenager now, it feels like an impossible task to put shirts that are flatly laid on the bed or the chair, really close to where the hangers are. It feels impossible for him to be able to put away more than 10 to 12 items of clothing. Like the stacks, that's one stack. It goes in the same shelf. It's one movement. The stack of pajamas, they go in one cube and it's done. It's not overwhelming. But when he sees all of those shirts that each need a hanger in them or they each need to be folded, that's overwhelming to him. And so I want you to really simplify your kids' clothes, especially if they struggle with things like ADHD, where they really do get overwhelmed easily, or they just have a busy schedule and they don't have a lot of time to think about their chores and the things that they need to be doing. Keep it simple for them. 1 week worth of clothes, mix and match. That easy. I hope you guys are really able to take something from this podcast episode and use it to simplify your life and make things easier for yourself. All right, you guys, I am so thankful that you're here. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again later this week. Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Simplified and Fabulous Mom Life podcast. We would love to hear from you. Our podcast hotline for US is 980-389-0399. You can share your tips and tricks, topic suggestions, ask questions, and let me know if we should answer any of these on the air. For other ways to connect, you can reach us at jmorganizingspaces.com.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Did I say it right?